get time to set my targets for the next month of high productivity. These will depend on what I set, the goals I set for 2020 and what I learned from my previous month of high productivity. So I'll get started with that and let's see what comes up after I'm done with it. I just completed my list, the list of items that I have to do. It's an extensive list, and if I have a look at it, I probably will not have time to do all of it this week. So under the career tab I have, obviously thoroughly in the business that I started. I cannot be working all the time on this because this is more of a long-term thing where I'm not looking to earn a lot of money from this. I have a few more business ideas in mind which I will look at after I've done some more work with Surveydom. At the present moment I intend to spend 3 hours on my business. Then there's the blog, the language blog, the business blog, my personal blog. So I'll see what I can do out there. I don't think I'll be spending a lot of time blogging this week because I have certain promises that I have to fulfill. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 websites that I have to complete. I have to meet up with 2 people. It's probably not going to happen this week. And I also have to analyze some international trade data in R and send that report to a friend of mine. So I'll spend 3 hours a day on that because I need to get all of these promises away. I really cannot have them lingering on in my mind. There are courses that I paid money for, subscriptions that I have to make use of. So, and there's a time limit as well. I have a deadline for one of the courses. I have to spend 3 hours in that as well. So that brings the total up to 9 hours. And I have to keep in mind that I cannot be sitting for an extended period of time. So 9 hours, all 9 of these hours would be in front of my computer. That's going to make things difficult. I have to work this out. Probably I can experiment with the schedule for 1 week and see how it goes. Languages, 9 hours. I have to give 3 hours of miscellaneous, for 3 hours for miscellaneous items because I really don't know what would come up and how long I would take on, say, my business, because I know 3 hours may not be enough for the things that I want to do. But still, 9 hours for these and 3 hours for miscellaneous activities. That brings the total up to 12 hours of the 15 to 16 that I will be awake. Which means that I can at most spend an hour on my blog, 13 hours. At most 1 hour on languages, 14. At most 1 hour on my health, 15. 1 more hour if I have that time, and probably spend that learning languages. Okay, so let me make a schedule out of this, at least for this week, if not for the month, and try this out and see how things go. I will probably be tweaking this a lot because of the condition of my back. Or I might completely change it. I don't know. But for now I'll have one in place. Right. So the schedule is made. Looks good so far. So all I have to do now is execute from tomorrow morning. I am late. I'm an hour late from my regular bedtime, so I'll have to adjust that tomorrow. But for the most part, this looks good. So I'll try that out. I'll see how the schedule goes, and obviously I'll be making tweaks to it, especially after this week when I've fulfilled most of the promises that I've made. And next week I hope to spend more time in my business and be done with at least more than half of the course that I have to complete by the end of this month.